There's a beautiful kind of orangey pink glow just through the trees behind the mountains ahead of me. It's the sunrise, the sun approaching the horizon. Whew. Cold, chilly this morning. Oh my goodness gracious. March the 21st. Hey, happy spring everybody. Whew. Welcome to day 26 on the Appalachian Trail. Jasper here. I hope everybody had a wonderful evening. I don't know if you can hear that, but below me there's a rapid running river and I can hear the water. Well, yesterday, first of all, yesterday ended up being 16.3 miles. So it did not break my daily record on this trail yet so far, but it did match it at 16.3 miles. And that's the third time so far on this trail I have done 16.3 miles. Anyhow, oh, that river's getting louder. I think we're going to cross it actually, which would be kind of nice. It's more like a rapid creek, if you will, but anyhow, today's goal, well, we're heading north to Hot Springs, where I do have a booking in the Friendly Hiker Hostel for tomorrow night. So the shelter, there is a shelter just outside town and tenting area about 3 miles before you get to Hot Springs. If I make that my day goal, that would be a 14.7 mile day. And then that leaves me 3 miles in the morning for a really nice Nero on a long day in Hot Springs to have a nice breakfast in a restaurant, resupply, shower again, of course, shave, laundry again, and a relaxing day at the hostel, and preparing for the push north to Erwin, Tennessee. Erwin, Tennessee, after Hot Springs, is around a 5 or 6 day push. I think it's about 75 miles. So let's go with 5 days. We'll carry 6 days worth of food, so we're going to have quite a heavy food carry coming out of Hot Springs. Anyhow, a little bit of a plan overall, just kind of thrown out there for the next, basically the next week. But Irving, Tennessee, after Hot Springs, is the next major resupply. Hostel, electricity, battery charges, and so on. Baths, laundry again, that kind of thing. Okay, day 26 started, but man, it feels cold. Last night, the wind. I've been sleeping in a shelter quite a bit rather than my tent, but you know what? I think I've already mentioned this. I much more prefer my tent between the snoring and the drafts and God knows what else. The tent is my sanctuary, so tonight, unless it's bad weather at some point, tonight I'm back in my tent. Good riddance to the shelters, although the shelters can be fun. And they are quite comfortable. Some of them, the ones in the Smokies, were beautiful shelters, as you saw. But anyhow, okay, bit too much babbling I think going on and not enough hiking, so let's just lay down some miles here, shall we? Lemon Gap, elevation 3,550 feet. Roaring Fork Shelter 3.5, so that's how far we've come so far this morning. Matt's Patch 5.4, State Road 1182, 6.2 miles. Walnut Mountain Shelter 1.3 miles. Garden Flow Gap 7.8, Hot Springs 14.4. Well, I guess that pretty much sums up all those numbers. As we're walking along this ridgeline, just take a look at the other side of the valley. Now, we were over there earlier, but just take a look. Those beautiful mountains crystal clear day. Slight hint of haze, but pretty much crystal clear. Sunny, my goodness. I am in just shorts and a t-shirt. I'm going to say in the sunshine it's 70, 72. In the shade I'll say it's 64, maybe 62. I don't know. But it's a beautiful day. Definitely sweating. Definitely working. Then again, we've just been doing some climbing too. Right now we are in a reprieve of a descent. About 2 miles to camp. Whew! 14.7 miles that will be for the day. And do you know what? Do you know what? It's only 1:30 in the afternoon. Oh yeah. So it's going to be an early stop. But that's because of how, again, we've talked about to be tactical about going in for resupplies and services and so on into towns and communities. I believe personally it's much better to do that in the AM than in the PM. If you get there at 6 o'clock and you say have a hostel booked, it's very difficult to get all your resupply done, your shower, shave, all your laundry and everything else, plus some city food, a nice meal in a reasonable amount of time. So I always plan my Neros, if I can, that is, depending on logistics, to arrive as early as I can in the day. Tomorrow, for example, I should be walking into Hot Springs by, I don't know, 9:30 at the latest probably. Entering the diner, having my nice home-cooked breakfast, coffee, and then starting my resupply. So that's kind of how I work my Neros, rather than arriving in a community later in the day and not having all the time I want for all the kind of town chores I have to do before I can say relax for the rest of that day. Okay, just gorgeous sunshine, beautiful trail. Oh sure, there's some little rocky places here and there, just like the one we just climbed over. But you know what, this trail has been really, really sweet to me yesterday and today. As I've said, it's been a honey of a trail for sure. I know there's a price to pay for that, by the way. In fact, I believe, and I'm not sure, I haven't checked the charts, but I can pretty much guarantee, because of all the descent work today, which was a lot more than the climbs. Climbs were somewhere around 2,000 to 2,500 feet. I guess when we leave Hot Springs heading north to Irvine, we've probably got some pretty damn big climbs right off the get-go, just to kind of make things all balance out, I guess. Okay, let's just continue. Let's get these miles done. Let's get camp set up. And maybe have a coffee. That'll be pretty nice in the sunshine. Oh yeah. Camp for the night. We're at the Deer Park shelter. Other hikers setting up their tents for the day. 14.7 miles today. Here's the bare hanging cables. This is where you hang your food bag each day and hoist them aloft into the heavens so the bears don't get them. This is to stop the mice from getting them. The shelter itself. Right now, there's 4 other guys hiking, through hikers here. It has a privy, by the way. You'll see a sign right here. It says privy. The privy is way up there on the hill. Picnic table, fire pit, and the actual shelter itself. Hey, so now you get to have a really close look at an actual shelter on the Appalachian Trail. This is considered a small shelter. Some of them are really big. I think this one might fit 5 guys, maybe 6 guys. I don't know. Some of them will fit, like the Fontana Hilton, I think like 25 people or something. In the Smoky Mountains, the shelters, which is really the only places you can stay, will fit 12 or 14 people or more if you want to squeeze in. But again, my spot with my Big Agnes Copperspur UL2, I am comfortable. I prefer this over anything, to be honest. I really do. I know I've spent a few nights now in shelters, but I really do prefer my tent. It's private, it's quiet, it's peaceful. And you know what? Right now, well, maybe other than on a cruise ship, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. I'm going to talk to you guys in the morning. It's March the 21st today. It's the 26th day on trail. It's a 14.7 mile day. And I think, you know, we're somewhere close to 270 miles into the trail so far. Talk to you in the morning. Good night. Good morning, everybody. Well, it's starting to get light. It's just starting to get light. I hope my headlamp is not dazzling you. I'm not looking at the camera for that particular reason. Woo, rocks. Welcome. Oh yeah, a big welcome to day 27 on the Appalachian Trail, March the 22nd. Oh, hey, March the 22nd, 22, so 032222. Okay, fine. I am descending from the mountain range, heading into the town of Hot Springs, North Carolina. When I arrived there, I'm, give or take a mile, at the 275 mile marker, plus 9 miles for the approach trail, so around 285, but technically on trail 275 miles completed, will have completed when I get there, of the Appalachian Trail. It is a hostile day tonight, so it's a short day. Yesterday was 14.7 miles, as you know. The day before that was 16.3. Today is only 3.2, and I get pretty much a full day in Hot Springs to do a resupply, shower, laundry, a breakfast, which comes up soon because the plan is to have breakfast at the diner, which opened at 6 a.m. Then do the resupply stuffs, anything I need to get, which I do for my push towards Irving, Tennessee, which is a 5-day push. And then we contact the hostel. They pick us up. It's 6 miles out of town, take us to the hostel, and they bring us back to the trailhead or into town, where they picked us up the next morning, and we carry on heading north. So that is the overall plan for day 27. So that's great. It's always nice to my allergies are bothering me again, by the way. But anyway, it's always nice to get a resupply and a bath and laundry and set up fresh. Check your gear. Last night was a good night. I was in my tent, not in a shelter, but at a shelter, but in the tent spots. And I much more prefer that. It's much more peaceful, much more restful than staying in a shelter. That's just my opinion. Lots of people love the shelters. I do too. If the weather's really bad or something, I'll stay in the shelter, no problem. The actual bubble. I think the majority of the bubble is still behind me for sure at this point in. In fact, yesterday there was a couple doing a bit of a day hike with a dog on the trail, and they said, "Oh, are you through hiking?" I said, "Yes, I am." And they said, "Wow, you're really far north for this time of year, so early in the season." But they'd already passed other through hikers, I know, because they were just ahead of me half a mile, so they probably passed down. And when really not that far ahead, there's lots of hikers much further ahead than I am. All northbounders, all 2022 northbounders. Much further ahead than I am. So, what a comment like that is referred to as, you're much earlier than the mass of the bubble, if you will. But the bubble is coming. I'm starting seeing people that have started after me, the younger, stronger hikers. They're passing me now. So, and I knew that would be the case, of course, because they're faster and younger and stronger and so on. So I knew that would be the case. And again, it's the competing for supplies and hostel accommodations and so on. In fact, the last resupply, the Dollar General, which is a #1 location, oh, excuse me, resupply. Oh, leaves are slippy this morning. The shelves were bare, and the people in the store said, oh, it's just hikers to cleaned us out this weekend, but the truck will come on Monday and resupply the shelves. So they're all out here and they're emptying the shelves and all these things we know about. That was one of the reasons I moved up my start date from March the 8th to February the 24th, so I could try to stay ahead of the bubble a little bit. The town below me, take a look, see. I'm sure you can see lights in the GoPro. Whether you can make much more out of it than that, I don't know. But that is the community of Hot Springs, just below me, heading down there. Won't be long before I'll be drinking hot restaurant coffee. Yeah, so Hot Springs, North Carolina. I'll be spending quite a bit of the morning there, and then, as I say, shuttling to my hostel 6 miles out of town along a beautiful little country road that's really quite interesting to drive. Anyhow, that's my good morning greenie all wrapped up. That's my shot of Hot Springs for you to see. It'd probably be quite interesting to look at if it was lighter, but anyhow. And then, of course, the trail ahead of me. You know what, guys? There's a hot coffee in that diner waiting for me, so I think I better get to it. I'll talk to you guys later. Hot Springs, North Carolina, USA. Appalachian Trail and my 2 feet. And right across the street here, the diner, the breakfast diner, showing its open sign. It's around 7:30. Other guys at camp said the meet time is 8:30, and you know what? That's fine. Dollar General, Junction 25 and 70, sleepy, Hot Springs. So, this is the diner. It's called Smoky Mountain Diner. It's really quite famous in Hot Springs. We'll take a look at their sign. Mountains, clouds, blue sky, and Smoky Mountain Diner. Yeah, so this is the place to be this morning for what I understand to be the best breakfast in town, right here in Hot Springs. Okay, we'll talk to you guys later. Right here, we've got Ica breakfast. We've got tenderloin, we've got 3 eggs over easy, hash brown potatoes, and if we move right across this way right here, biscuits and gravy. And from the side, we're going to bring in, of course, Jasper's beverage of choice, coffee. Does it get any better than this? You know what? It probably does, but today, I don't think so. This is going to be amazing. We're going to talk to you guys after I've had my breakfast. Bye. Okay, so resupply, check. Big, absolutely amazing breakfast in this absolutely amazing southern town, check. A whole pot of coffee, check. You know what? Resupply here, in Hot Springs has been amazing. We're waiting right now for our shuttle to pick us up. In fact, across the way is the guys all kind of waiting underneath those flashing signs. Those flashing signs really caution hikers here. But anyhow, what an absolutely amazing little community of Hot Springs, North Carolina, and their hospitality and friendliness and services provided to the thru hiker is absolutely amazing. When they talk about Trail Town USA and so on, you know what, I've experienced that right here today in Hot Springs. We're waiting for the shuttle to go to the hostel, and yeah, that's it. Spent a fortune but resupplied. I've got good food all the way to Irvine. I don't see a problem, so that's okay. I'm okay with that. Anyhow, we're gonna head to the hostel. I'm gonna talk to you guys later.